Hi guys, my name is Tino Makoni and welcome to another episode of Comexposed. As you can see, I'm riding solo today. Not like Han Solo, because that was a bad movie. This is Tino Solo, which is actually pretty darn good. Eugene is somewhere, but he'll be back next week to give you more exciting news on all things African and awesome in the world of digital arts. Today, you have my beautiful face. We've got some exciting news from the world of animation here in Africa. Usually we talk about South Africa, sometimes Zimbabwe, and every now and again Nigeria. But I'm glad to be able to talk about Ghana. A fantastic animator, Razahk. Wow, I love that name, Razahk. My name is Razahk. I mean, you could almost do a James Bond with that, Razahk. Anyway, he has done a fantastic new animation called Man Must Chop. That's great, isn't it? Man Must Chop. Like chop the money. Man Must Chop. It's not actually about a guy with money. It's about a guy with absolutely no money. He is trying to get out of his situation in life and rise to whatever dream he's got. And in the journey, he takes up all sorts of jobs and roles, like he's a cab driver, then he's a dancer, then he's all sorts of awesome stuff. But needless to say, it's very, very, very exciting to see a Ghanaian animation of this quality popping up on our screens. And I'm excited to see what they do with this series. Looking at the way the story is structured, it looks very real. Africans, we're used to hustling. And this guy, he seems like a master hustler. Maybe not the best hustler, but he seems like he'll be a funny hustler. So keep your eyes peeled. Check out the links in the description below and you can find out a bit more about this Man Must Chop. Speaking of other exciting news, some people are chopping up the box office rather badly and messing it up all for themselves. You heard me right, this is Fox, not Fox and Friends, though they're equally bad. We're talking about Fox, the actual movie guys who sold to Disney. They did their last hurrah with their X-Men Dark Phoenix. Wait. Maybe we shouldn't even put the X-Men in front of that because it's just Dark Phoenix. Oh, sorry, that's giving it too much credit, makes it look like it's a tie to Wakanda. Just X-Men. X-Men Dark Phoenix. It sucked. It was really, really bad. It's joined the legion of bad movies in the vein of X-Men 1, 2, 3, X-Men Apocalypse, yeah, all those really, really, really bad X-Men movies. They were just like, we just want to do this with one more bad one just for you fans. The fans are really, really, really not liking it. It has tanked at the box office and Rotten Tomato have scored it lower. It's so low. It's in the ranks of Fantastic Four. That was bad. Tastes bad. Tastes real bad. Fantastic Four. Catwoman is in the same bracket. I mean, this movie is so bad, it's worse than Titanic. No, Titanic was a classic. Titanic, the movie, was fine. I'm talking about the ship that sank in the ocean, Titanic. It was bad like that. So it's sad that Fox has finished off the whole X-Men franchise like this. People like me grew up with the whole ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding, and we were so excited to see this whole thing finish off nicely. It didn't. Great actors, great actresses, stupid studio. I'm glad you guys sold out. Now we're going to have more X-Men in the vein of Deadpool. Yeah. So I'll be at the cinemas to check this out. Yes, I hadn't watched it yet. I'm probably going to be talking during the movie. I might take a couple of bathroom breaks. I don't think I'm going to miss anything. But if you haven't watched it yet, you might as well catch it in the cinemas whilst it's still there. Speaking of which, Sterkiniko charges in both currencies now. Who'd have thunk it? Anyway, in other news, we've got some great stuff that happened over at E3. If you don't know what E3 is, change channel. No, don't change channel. Stay on this channel. Subscribe even. Subscribe. Ring the bell up there at the top. One of those icons. Ring them so you can keep seeing us and me and us, because Eugene would usually be like over here, but he's not here today. But you see us, you ring the bell. Anyway, watch E3, and that's a highlight of all the things awesome happening in gaming around the world. They released another trailer from CD Projekt with a K, because it's cool when you add a K where it should be a C. I don't know. Anyway, CD Projekt released a new trailer for Cyberpunk 2077. If you don't know what Cyberpunk is, you need to watch shows like Armitage 3rd or something like MD Geist. Very bloody, very messy, very future that never ended up coming. I am still waiting for flying cars. They have not happened. We got hoverboards. What was that? Anyway, Cyberpunk 2077 is about a future where being yourself is no longer enough. You take on a character who has to be all cybernetically enhanced and do crazy, crazy things. But that's not why we're talking about it today. The trailer, at the end of which, spoiler warning, at the end of the trailer, we get to see the man himself, the guy, the talk of the town, Keanu Reeves. He's actually in the game. And he talks about how they invited him to do this thing. I mean, hey, John Wick in a game that's not a John Wick game. You can't go wrong. And it looks pretty awesome and exciting. He came on stage and was the one to announce the release date for this game. Wait for it. The future. Is still in the future. It's next year, April 16, 2020. You can pre-order it now on PlayStation, on PC, and on Xbox, along with like everything, because they do that now. So this game looks fantastic. It's one of the many reasons I'll probably buy a PS, aside from Final Fantasy. So yeah, this looks great. Another side of it, they did have the very, very, very first images of it. They had this girl like sitting on the ground and she had these spiky things coming out of her hands and she was like, I'm a pretty girl with spiky things, sort of like that Baraka guy from X-Men, Mortal Kombat. But they had her chilling and that was it. Then in this trailer, we get to see the main character actually whip out those same blades. And if you slow the video and look in the detail and check the corner of the left pixel, you will see it says Mantis blades. I thought that was pretty cool. That's just me geeking out. So, you do that too. So it's great to see them following through with this amazing idea and concept. Speaking of ideas and concepts, Comic Up Volume 4 is literally just around the corner. So you need to stay tuned to this channel when we announce that it is out. It's probably going to be like a week, 2 weeks from now. Great animation. You need to get this sort of stuff. Capiche? It's great stuff. It'll be available on the Comexposed website under the Comic Up side of things. If you want to follow us on all other things awesome and fantastic and you want to see the other guy, you can catch us both on our social media. You can find Eugene on Eugene Ramirez. Very easy. You can find me on ink_glare. You can catch me there. And you can follow Comexposed on all things. You just say Comexposed. And you'll find us on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, and even on WhatsApp. Yes, you can talk to us kind of, sort of, maybe not really directly, by just sending us a message on Facebook and we will respond to you and add you to that group of very, very strange and crazy individuals. Like I said before, ring that bell icon, press subscribe, and you will see me another time. This is Tino Makoni.